I am now live. So my YouTube and my Instagram world out there. Let's see if we can make this work. Look kinda like we're set. I'll try to get you guys in a good position. Oh, we have some people joining. Hello, everyone joining. I sound so surprised about that. Hi. So I wave at you all, but then I'd be sitting here waving at you all. So consider yourself waved at. I hope that this is going to be a better time. I think this might work out a little bit better. So I'm on Central Time and hubby just went to work. So I thought this might be a good time for me to play with you guys. You guys want to play? I got some new stuff. Actually, I just came back. I shouldn't be broadcasting this because this could get me in trouble. But I've been really loving Juvia's Place palettes. And I am not a makeup artist. I am just a lover of makeup and pretty things. And so this is one of several things that I've been obsessed with lately. And they just had a sale. I don't even know exactly how it was, but it was really cool because I had 4 palettes of theirs that I really wanted, but 2 of them sold out. Bummer. But then they had the other 2, I think, that 50% off. And then there was a coupon that I got that was like 20 or 25% off. Anyway, it ended up that I paid $15, including shipping, for both of these palettes. And usually just this one is that much. This one is 15 plus, it would be plus taxes and plus shipping and whatnot. And you know, or maybe you don't know, I don't know if you know, I love purple. So this is their Nubian Royal. So this came out for the holidays last year. And I was looking at this and saying, I really, really, really want this. There's this other one that I have here that is actually in the lineup for my next month palette joy. And this is their Violets palette, which is again a purple palette. But this is very, very cool tone. Let me see if I can get that where it's showing good on the YouTube. I'm getting the lighting a little bit better. I literally have it set up. So there's a canister lights, which are horrible because they give a shadow. So then I have a little desk lamp over here. That is how cool I am for my lighting. I'm looking forward to when I listen to this back and see how bad the sound is on this one. It was so bad last time, so I just unplugged I have a headset with a microphone and I tried that. And I've used that before. It was not working, so. Anyway, here's these 2 side by side. They're both Juvia's Place. This one is getting a little washed out by the light here. It looks better on the Instagram feed than it does on the YouTube feed. So, and it's just because my phone versus my computer. YouTube's on my computer and Instagram's on my phone. So sorry, my shelf behind me is still all messed up, but I did change my sign. You see, I was on a diet for a month and I lost 30 days because that's pretty accurate. That's pretty much how it works. Anyway, so yeah, I thought these were really cute. And I'm really excited to look at this and see how this one goes in comparison to this one. This does have a glitter. I have not touched this or swatched it or anything. This is literally the first time I'm opening it with you. So this one I have, and I am really excited to actually use this next month. I'll go over the palettes I've been using this month. Some of them, the ones I didn't go over in the last ones. And then I got this guy. Oh, I'm so excited about this. I've been like so into cool tones on the eyes and these peachy colors. Oh, I should tell you what this is. This is the Nubian 3 Coral. Okay, there you go. So I've got the Nubian 1 and Nubian 2 already. And so this is the 3rd one. And I'm really excited. Oh, that gray is so pretty. I'm not even gonna really try to show you. Well, you can see a little bit on IG. Yeah, you guys can see it a little bit. And that's just a really, really light swatch. Let's try one of these. I just swatched this kind of orangey coral right here. That's right there. So that's pretty cool. I like swatching the mattes because to me, that gives a better idea. Every time I see these and people are swatching, they're always going for the shimmers, which are great. This is the silvery shimmer. That's right up here, the darker of the 2. So that's a really pretty color. Let me dip into a couple of these over here on this side because they're so pretty. Okay, let me do this dark purple. Purples are not easy. I'm gonna put this. I'll put it right here. So that goes on pretty well. Yes, you can see better than I can. And then this medium purple, I'll put it right here. So those are really pretty. They actually swatch really well, so that's cool. And I'm going to go with this shimmer right in the middle at the top. That one right there. Cute. So I think I'm going to have fun with those. But $15 for two really high quality palettes that I'll use a lot. And you see these pans are really big too. So yes. What are we talking about today? I want to talk about being fat because that's a thing if you haven't noticed. So I am a fat girl. Yeah, so this is one of these things growing up in culture that really demonizes abhors the idea of being fat and holds thinness up on some sort of almost a moral level. And so I've been kind of like confronted with this. I don't know if I've been struggling with it necessarily, but confronted with it. So a year and a half ago, I was living in Haiti. And then after that, I was living in the Dominican Republic for about a year, and then came back to the United States late last year. And, in Haiti, there's the idea of weight is really, I mean, it's a fact, but it's not something that's in any way obsessed. And it's not considered like any sort of a moral, compass. I'm not going to look at you and say, oh, because you are thin, therefore you are of more value. There's nothing like that. Where in the United States, that is so much the case. And I understand when you see someone and you see their physical appearance, there's something based on what you understand and based on what you know of that physical appearance, you're going to make assumptions. For example, if you see somebody that looks very dirty and very, unkept and, that sort of thing, you might assume that they're homeless. If you see somebody who's, got a certain, expression on their face, you might think they're very crabby. If you see somebody with glasses, this does something to people where that automatically makes people take you more seriously and assume that you are more intelligent. There's just a thing about it, which is one of the reasons I wear glasses. Hint, hint. No, not really. I wear them because I like them. But hey, it doesn't hurt to have people take me more seriously. The fact that I am a woman makes people look at me a certain way. If I dress a certain way as a woman, that will make people look at me a certain way. And of course, my size does, and my skin color, and so many different things in life will make people judge you. And you can't stop people from doing that. But then knowing how to deal with it is kind of the issue. So that's kind of why I was like, I kind of want to talk about this a little bit and see if this touches anybody out there and if you can relate to this at all. And yeah, because I think this is an important conversation to have. So backstory real quick. I will probably repeat this in quite a few of my videos because you got to know this in order to understand who I am and, like where I'm coming from. I have PCOS, which is a hormonal imbalance. I've had it my whole life, basically, since I was very, very young. And so it is something that really messes up your hormones, but it also has an effect with your blood sugar and the way that your body processes calories. And so it works similarly to somebody with diabetes. I do not have diabetes and I am not pre-diabetic, at least at this point. But my body breaks down energy, breaks down sugars and stores them as fat automatically, and then doesn't allow my body to recognize that there's excess fat. So that's one of the reasons that I have a lot of fat in my body. And so this has been a struggle because in my culture, being fat is a moral shortcoming. And so somebody who is fat is looked at as lazy, dishonest, less intelligent, etc. Right? These kinds of things that are just put on a fat person. I say my culture because I don't know what culture you come from. It could be the same thing in your culture, but it might not too. So I'm just saying where I come from in my Midwestern, primarily Caucasian, traditional family, that's kind of where it is. So it was looked on me as almost an obligation for me to not be fat so that I would want somebody to marry me. I mean, that was kind of the thing that was put on me, and I've gotten past it. I've gotten around that and whatnot, and I've struggled, and I've been on diet since I was very, very young and through my life, and they were all, of course, failures because most diets are. And so then I have just gotten to the point where I'm understanding my body and who I am. And I'm totally okay with who I am. I think I'm an attractive person. I think I'm a desirable person. I think I'm an intelligent person. And I am happy with who I am. And I don't feel like I have to put on for anyone. However, I do know that my weight makes people look at me differently. And that is an underlying knowledge here in the United States that didn't exist in Haiti. So I'm hoping again that some of you that might tune in and listen to this at some point are going to say, I can relate to that. And so one of the struggles that I've had is when I was in Haiti, I just out of the blue, I dropped a whole bunch of weight, and my body just seemed to have been kicked in the right direction for a while. When I first got there, I was quite heavy. I think I was about the same or maybe even heavier than I am right now. But I was quite heavy. Right now I'm at probably a size 20. When I was there before, I was a 22, 24 when I first moved down there. And I've been between like an 18 and a 24 pretty much my whole adult life. And I'm 45 now. So if that tells you anything. So went down there and I was quite heavy. And then I just kind of dropped weight. I think it was an environment change, less stress and whatnot. And I think stress is so significant when it comes to weight. If you are, I do not eat a lot. I don't. I mean, you can, like with my husband, I'll eat like, a small amount and give him the rest. I mean, this is like, constant. And I don't do a lot of snacking, any of that. I eat fairly healthy. I don't deprive myself. So I don't say, no, I can't eat this. I can't eat that. But I don't eat like I used to when I was young, where I was just kind of like, oh, a pizza. I'll sit down and eat a whole pizza. Not possible. Can't do it. I'll eat a couple pieces and then put the rest away and eat it over like a week's period of time. So I'm not an unhealthy eater. I'm quite active. Naturally, I like to walk. I like to be active. I like to go outside. I like to play in the garden, that sort of thing. So when I was in Haiti, I was hiking basically every night. That was a regular thing because we had a great place to hike. Since coming to the United States, and actually it was before that, because in the Dominican Republic with the COVID shutdown, we were just inactive, and there was more stress there. And so from my weight drop in Haiti, from that amount that, I was probably a size 16, 18, and I go more by size than by weight. I have no idea how much I weigh. But I was probably about a size 16. I started to just kind of see that I was creeping up. And that was partly because of just not being able to be as active. It was hot during the middle of the day, and then everything was shut down at like 5 or so. There was a curfew, so we weren't supposed to go outside, though sometimes I did anyhow to go for a walk. But it made it really difficult to be active. And so that was exacerbating the issues. And then the stress and everything. So then when I came to the US, there was that times that much more. And then there was all this other, like, being in a new environment and being, like, how do we prepare food? And it's just a whole different thing than being in the Caribbean and being in that part of the world where just the atmosphere and the environment is different. So, yeah. So now being here, I am there's tons more stress, but it's not just stress. I mean, I don't have like necessarily a stressful life, but my sleeping patterns are really messed up because I have a very bizarre schedule. I'm teaching internationally, and some of my students are in China, and some of my students are in Haiti, and so there's all these different time zones I'm working with. I'm working with my husband's schedule. I'm working with church schedules and all that sort of thing. So just trying to like keep on top of that is messing with my schedule. And this is the thing that's the challenge for me is a gym membership a few months ago. And my husband goes very consistently. He's very athletic, very built, very, fit. And he likes that. He likes to go and work on his body and whatnot. And I don't mind that either. To be honest, I don't mind when he does that either. But for me, I would go and I would find that I would have physical pain from going. And I think that, you know, there's some issues with my hips and my back that have been there for quite a long time. At some point I'll, you know, have it checked out, whatnot. But I would have like physical pain, and it would just make it so difficult for me to go. But then there was kind of this guilt of, I mean, if I am a fat person, I have no excuse not to go. But then there's the other fact that as a fat person, it's way harder for me to go and do the same physical activity as somebody who's half my size, because literally it's like I am carrying around another person. And this is what a lot of people don't understand, is that fat people actually have a ton of muscle, have a ton of muscle, because we have to literally carry another person around. And so our bodies are, you know, we're producing a lot of muscle, and that in exchange is actually still kind of messing with our hormones, because muscle produces testosterone, and then your body will kind of overcompensate if you're a female and want to produce more estrogen, which causes more fat. And there's kind of all of this weird imbalance. So that's kind of what I'm dealing with right now. And I'd be really interested in having a conversation. So if you relate to this at all, please interact with me. And I mean, you can comment here on the live streams. We can talk about this in the future. You can leave a comment if you're watching afterwards, whatever you want to do. But I think it's a really interesting conversation to have, is, you know, the realities of when we go to the gym, you know, and I like to be physically active. I enjoy walking, but right now I just have, I have a physical reaction to it that I didn't have before. And it's kind of that catch-22, you know, I could continue to go to the gym and hope that it would stop, but I was doing that, and, you know, going and doing the exercises for the lower back and the you know, the butt and the legs and whatnot, and trying to make sure that I was building that up. And it didn't help. I was still experiencing quite a bit of pain when I would go and I would walk. And you're probably hearing my dog over there. I'm hearing her. She's trying to get comfortable on the couch, and things are in her way because I left some things on the couch, and she's trying to get around them. Anyway, so yeah, I'm curious about how you deal with that, and if you have any advice for how to get around that. I think it could be an interesting conversation to have. So going to the gym, not to lose weight, not to change my body necessarily, just to, you know, to be healthier and feel better. Because I love to hike. In fact, that's probably going to be the thing that I'll be doing, is just taking the dog out more. And we have a really great park here with a couple little lakes that we can walk around. When I do that, I don't feel the pain in my back. It's when I'm on a treadmill that, for some reason, that is when I feel the pain in my back. So maybe if I go out through the summer and I hike around, that will help. I don't know. We'll see. That's my little bit. I got some other stuff to talk about that's a little less heavy and hefty. This is more fun. Hi, Shivarus, something like that. I don't know, but anyway, nice to see people coming and going. So we'll see how this kind of works out. I like the idea of live streaming, because I feel like it's just so much more personal, and I want you to have the opportunity to interact with me. So when you say hi, I don't want to mess you guys, but, you know, hi. So let's talk about Ipsy. Have you guys gotten Ipsy before? We didn't have such a thing in Haiti, so I was pretty excited to do this. I am smiling. Gasario Fernando's or something like that says, smile, please. I do smile. I am smiling. So, but if you tell me to smile, I probably won't. No, just kidding. We don't have Ipsy in Haiti. So I was kind of excited to do this because I thought it would be kind of fun. I might try this for a few months and see how it goes, and then cancel it if I don't like it. But I didn't have any other membership. So I actually got the Ipsy and the Ipsy Plus, and I'm waiting for the Ipsy Plus. That's taking forever. And they keep telling me, oh, it just hasn't been shipped yet. And I'm like, but you issued a shipping label like 2 weeks ago. So I don't know. Anyway, I got this one. It comes in a little bag. So this is like $12. Let me see if I can get it where this woman over here doesn't look decapitated. There we go. Now you can't see it on IG. Okay. So that's what it looks like. I've got the light over here, so it's washing her out. Sorry, lady. Okay, there we go. That's better. So it's got these three ladies here. The colors are so cute. The bag is super cute. You know, it's kind of got we are family sort of vibes, which I'm all about. Yeah, it's actually a really nice little bag. So this is $12. for this, which I think is a really good deal. So I don't know how the bigger one's going to be, but I think the small one seems to be at this point a good deal. So we'll see. But the bag is cool. It's a it's kind of little, but it's good. This is for comparison. This is a bag that I got from BH Cosmetics. I see I'm getting old. I'm like, that never happened until I turned 40. So this is BH Cosmetics bag, and this is the one from Ipsy. So it's quite a bit smaller, but that's okay. That's okay. I think it's good for some little goodies for traveling and whatnot. Anyway, it's nicely lined. It's got cute colors. I like it. So it came with, there's 5 items in it plus the bag. So if you consider that, then it's $2 per item. I would definitely pay $2 for this bag. This is a very nicely, again, lined and, very nicely made, very cute, pretty heavy vinyl on the outside and whatnot. So if you figure $2, I got this lip balm. I have been using these things because I can. They're mine. You can't tell me not to use them. So I got this lip balm. This is from Haneli Kukui Lip Balm, Tropical Citrus. This is from a company out of Hawaii, and it's supposed to be all natural, which I'm all about. I do like lip balms, and actually what I've been doing is just keeping this here. This is where I put my makeup on in the morning or whenever it is that I'm teaching, or when I'm playing with makeup, because I do that a lot, and you can see those looks on Instagram. If you're not on there, follow me over there. And if you are on Instagram, go to my YouTube channel and subscribe over there too, because more me for your buck, which is $0, but whatever. So this is actually pretty good. It smells really good. It's very lemony. It's very hydrating. I kind of like it. Anyway, I've been putting it on before because having moisturized lips is key, especially at my age, to making my lip products work. Even though I don't do a lot of liquid, like matte sort of stuff. But I have been learning. I wore a red lip today. It all wore off because we ate and whatnot. My niece got married, very cold, last minute change. It was a very, very, very small impromptu wedding. And it was supposed to be nicer weather. And we went out to this gazebo off the river, and it was so cold. But whatever, it was fun. And I wore a red lip because the colors were red. So I wore this and some other goodies. And yeah. And what I've learned to do with the liquid lip is to put it on really thin, so it's just kind of a stain, and then build it up after that if I want. But otherwise, if it gets too much, that's when it becomes drying and cakey and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, but yeah, so this is nice. I would pay $2 for this. So this is what it looks like. A cute little, I'll put in a little bit of shadow here so you can kind of see what it says. So cute lip gloss. And then I got this guy. This is the Nouveau, I think. And this is Argan Moisture Mask, Mega Moisture Mask for the hair. It's kind of a leave-in conditioner sort of thing. And this is the one that I picked. So you can kind of see, I got to block a little bit of the light. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. So I put this on my hair. I wash my hair once a week now, even though it's oily. I've talked about that on my channel. I use natural oils in it, and then try to keep it as natural as possible. So I don't use any other hair products other than oils normally, but I thought this would be fine to add to it. So I just added this in with my oils and then braided it up on Saturday night and then washed it on Sunday. And I wash with like egg and honey and a mix of natural stuff that I have around here. It seems to be okay. I didn't notice anything spectacular with it, but actually what's interesting is I actually noticed more split ends after it, but that also might just been because it's been so dry, and now I'm noticing the split ends from the dry winter. So I don't know. Hopefully this isn't giving me split ends. That would be traumatic. This is from Milk Makeup, and that's pretty cute. I have not had anything from Milk Makeup before, so that's pretty snazzy and cute and bougie. Is Milk Makeup bougie? So this is this cute little cream blush, and it's a pretty color. Let's see if you guys can see that. I feel like I need the light for my face, but then you can't see. But it's quite nice. And I thought, man, I'm not gonna really like this. But then I tapped it on the other day and I was like, actually, that's gonna be kind of nice. Man, can I get that to pick up? So sorry, my a little bit on IG, but face or yeah, whatever, YouTube is just not showing it. Anyway, it does give a nice little wash that I think is gonna be really nice in the summertime. For just kind of a flushed look. It's cute. I need to use it more though and see how much I like it, but it's so tiny. I actually really like having these tiny products because you won't, you're not gonna ever use them up. I mean, who uses up makeup? Very rarely. So I like having these kinds that are, smaller because you're just not gonna get to it to use it up. So, but this one is full size. This one was full size, of course. And then, so there's actually 3 full-size products. I think they usually say there's 1 full-size product in there, maybe, out of the 5 products plus the bag. The bag is full size. It's a small one. So this is from Naked Cosmetics. It's got this cute little box. I like the packaging is very cute. So this is the palette, and I think that's so stinking adorable. It's magnetic, so it's got the little. But this is an eyeshadow that you're not going to be able to see this, I'm pretty sure, but I'm going to try to, I'll swatch it on my finger. So that's for YouTube and IG. So you can see it's a really quite a brilliant, let me see if I can put it in the back of my hand here. So, oops, that was chunky, sorry. Let's fix that. So that's what it looks like. It's a very pretty one and done sort of, I was just doing the Instagram enunciation there. You notice the Instagrammers, they do this is very beautiful. They're like, I don't know, I can't even do it unless I do it unintentionally. So what was I saying? This is a very one and done sort of, yeah, that sort of thing where you break it up. Instagrammers do that. Instagrammers, YouTubers do that. Influencers do that. It's kind of weird. Anyway, I know I'm on a tangent. I ramble. That's what I do. But this is a really cute kind of champagne-y one and done shimmer color. It's very pretty. The pan is actually quite large. It is a 3 gram, which is, I think, fairly, if I look at this won't tell me how much that is. Like, for example, if I compare the size, and it doesn't really work to compare the size because you don't know the depth, but this is actually a bigger size than the ones from Juvia's place. So, not sure. But anyway, that's cute. Cute little palette. I will use this as a one and done. I just need to make sure it stays by my desk so that I see it there. And I use that. It's quite brilliant. It's going to be a really nice inner corner highlight, or again, like in the summer, just smearing it over there and doing an eyeliner and lashes, and off we go. So cool. Win. That's a win. It's maybe not something that I would necessarily pick up because I go for the bright colors, but I probably did need that color because I just didn't have anything like that before. And finally, Ojos Perfectos liquid eyeliner from Araceli. Made in Germany. I thought this was a Hispanic. Anyway, so this is a black eyeliner, felt tip eyeliner from that company that I just told you. It is a full size product. This is what it looks like on the back of my hand right there. So you can see it's quite well pigmented. The thing I don't like about it is the tip is not super fine. So I have this other one from Physicians Formula. This is their, got junk on it because I set it by my other stuff, so it's got other makeup on it. This is their eye booster in brown, and the reason I have this one is because I found it on clearance at Walmart, and this is the brown one. I didn't actually have anything like this before, but I like this because it has such a thin tip to it. This has a thicker tip, but it is very well pigmented. But I feel like I have to kind of work to get that nice fine tip at the end. A little annoying. Also, It's not completely matte. It does have some sheen to it, which whatever. I kind of prefer the brown. I don't do a really pronounced. This is the black here. I don't do a really pronounced wing usually when I do it because I have hooded eyes, and so I just go up as high as that comes down, and then, you know, if that makes sense. Like where the fold is, I don't go above where the fold is because I don't want to cross that crease because then it breaks and it looks weird. So I just stay below where that crease is, if that makes sense. If not, tell me it doesn't, and I'll try to explain it and show it to you in the next one. But this is pretty cool. I mean, I like it. I think each of these things is absolutely worth $2, which is what the average is I would have paid for it being 12 bucks. I'm just waiting for the big one. Maybe the big one will be here next time I do a live, and hopefully you all lovelies will join me for that one too. So tell me what you want me to talk about. Gasario Fernando says, you have nail polish. Yes, I have nail polish on, and it's broken, and it needs to be redone. So these are my yellow nails that are all chipped up. It's this color, actually. It's a LA Colors cheap one because I'm cheap. I've looked at other people that have nail polish, and I'm like, maybe I should do it like them. Or the nail wraps. I feel like maybe they would be better for my nails because my nails are really brittle. So they do bend and break, which is why nail polish doesn't really last on me. I don't know. So I've been doing, because I have so many palettes right now, and I'm trying to get through them and really appreciate them. Kind of my prerequisite is that I have to be able to go through a full 5 days. So 1 week, but I take the weekend off, and the weekend is a freebie. I can use whatever palettes I want. Then I'll take one palette and I'll use that one palette for the whole week. And then if I can manage to use that palette and enjoy it for a whole week, then it can stay in my collection. If I can't, got to go. So we'll see how that goes. But for the most part, I think everything I have is going to stay. But I'm hoping that it will also help me to really get to know them and compare them. So anyway, I use this one. This is from Profusion. It's one of their $5 palettes. It's the emeralds. And I was doing these for March because it is St. Patrick's Day. We got to use green. So I've been using green palettes. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous palette. It is. I'll swatch a couple of these just because. Let me see if I can even manage to do this. Right there. Look at that. And here's the shimmer, this light shimmer green. There we go. Super brilliant, super pretty. Here's a wipe sitting here that's not even wet because it was sitting there from this morning. Anyway, but yeah, this palette is really gorgeous. Again, you can see all the looks that I did because I do try to post them all on Instagram, and I've been pretty good at that. So you can see them in my stories, and then I have highlights that you can see. Anyway, if you're looking for a really inexpensive green palette, this is a really good one. Go for it. The other one that I did that I do not have here is my e.l.f. Ocean and Sky and Ocean. I don't know what it is. It's the blue and green one. It's really nice too. Of the two, depends on if you really love blue. I think I prefer this one just overall how it behaves. I think that e.l.f. is a little bit trickier because the formulas aren't as consistent, but you know, I don't know. I think they're very cool. Very interesting. Good. So this week I'm using this one, and I've gotten several palettes from Revolution, and they're, you know, auxiliary brands that they have. So Revolution Beauty or Makeup Revolution, whatever it's called, from the UK, they have several brands out, and now they're available at Target and whatnot. This is their chilled palette, which is why it has like marijuana leaves all over it. Cute packaging. The leaves are bright colors and all that kind of stuff, whatever. It's not actually marijuana, it's hemp, which is, you can't get high off, but technicalities, whatever, it's more exciting to call it marijuana because that's verboten. Anyway, but this was such a nice, interesting green. I actually just got this, and I like those kind of teal colors. The issue that I have with this, kind of issue that I have with this, is that it's got 3 glitters in it. This silver glitter is a little less, it's a little finer milled, and so I think that it's a little bit easier to put on, but I actually have that on my eyes now. I put that on for the wedding. So I have disco balls on my eyes. And the glitter glue that I used, you might be interested in. This is the Tacky Base Glitter Plus Tacky Base Eye Primer from AOA Studio. This is a $1 from Shop Miss A. $1. No, it might be $1.55 because this is their one that where they give, they give like money for animal rights or animal protection or something like that. So it might be like $1.55 or something like that, but it's less than $2 for sure for this. And it seems to be doing pretty well. I had this on since 1 or 2 this afternoon, and I don't see, my mirror is from AOA too, so you can see. You can see my eyes are very hooded, and I'm not seeing any creasing at all. None. No wearing, anything. So this is doing the trick for $1 something. I used glitters before, so I thought, well, I'm going to get that so that I can use these glitters that are in these palettes. And so far, I've been pretty pleased. Pretty cool. But the thing that I don't like is, you'll notice, in this one, the greens are so diverse, right? They've got some like grungy greens, some bright greens, some turquoise greens. This one just has the one kind of green, and then the different, basically the different shades of, one, not shades. One is lighter and darker and different. Some are shimmers, some are mattes, some are glitters, whatnot. So, but actually it has quite a few of the neutrals too. So those are pretty nice. The thing that I noticed about this formula, and I can't quite figure out if it's this or if it's the way that I'm doing my primer or what it is. And I've used a couple of different primers. I've used the e.l.f. primer. I've used, which I love and which I've used for years, and I've never had any problems with this with any other. This is a little cheap one. That used to be $1. Now it's $2 at Walmart, and that's $3 on the e.l.f. site. I use this Essence one, but this does seem to crease more than the e.l.f. one. And then I just recently picked this one up because it was supposed to be so good. So this is Milani Primer. And this does seem to be working pretty well. I'm trying to use up the e.l.f. one, so that's why it's over here in my pan project sort of pile. Pan project pile. There's a lot of P's in that. Yeah, so I've used all of those with this, and it's not just this one, it's other ones from Revolution as well. But when I put on the mattes, up here, they seem to blend okay in the crease and whatnot, but then up here on the side, they kind of come apart. So what happens is it feels like they're like catching each other, but not really staying together. So I feel like there's like almost like dots of color or like little patches of color. And it's not the typical patchiness where it's deep in one spot and light in another. It's just like there is color or there isn't color. And that's usually over on this side and up towards the brow bone. And so I don't know if it's because I'm not getting my primer to the whole spot, or if it's because I don't typically set my primer. It could be that. You guys might have some pointers on that. I don't know. So I'm trying to set my primer. I did set my primer and try it again, and it did seem to work better. But again, I don't know if I got it all the way up there. So I'm going to have to play around with that and see, because I did get quite a few new Revolution palettes, and so it would be nice to actually make them work. I think I have 8 Revolution palettes now that I've acquired in the last couple of weeks. Yikes. Anyway, so this is the one I'm working on right now. We are on day 3 of 5, so I'll have 2 more days with that one, and then those pictures are all up to through today are all on Instagram, and you guys can see the other ones. And then this one, because this one is so different, this is a ColourPop Aura and Out. And this is it's inspired by tie-dye. And we'll put it up kind of at an angle here so my lights don't wash it out. I'll put it up closer to, yeah. So we've got basically, this is like almost an orangey peach. You've got a green and the blues. And then here, this is a white. glitter, loose glitter here, which is a little annoying because I just think that's a little bit of work for this kind of palette. And this is a white matte, and I'm hoping this is going to be really nice and I can use it for stuff, but I'm going to have to come up with some looks. I'm a little concerned about this. I kind of got it on a whim, and it was also a good price. And so I thought, that's a good way to try it because I hadn't had ColourPop. So I bought 3 palettes, and this was one of them. And I do think it's fun. There's a color shock. Yeah, in here, right here. So I think it's a good way to start with their formula, but we'll see what I come up with. I'm hoping I can come up with some fun looks, but it might be fun for me to challenge myself anyhow and just have these lighter ones, because a lot of times I end up with very dramatic looks, kind of like what I have today. So, although this does have glitter in it, so you can get pretty glamorous and whatnot with glitter. So we'll see how that works. But those are the 3 that I'm currently working, or that the one I just did, and then the one I'm working on right now, and the one I will work on. And that will get me through March. And then in April, we'll start some new stuff. So that's it for that. The last thing I wanted to show you, but I think we'll wrap this up. I've had people coming and going, which is kind of fun. So hopefully we'll get some people that are interested in sticking around and staying and seeing what we have to say and interacting. I'd love to have people like part of this live stream that can kind of relate to me on whatever level that is, whether you are middle age, PCOS. I don't like to say sufferer because I don't feel like I'm suffering necessarily in life. I've had a pretty good life. But if you're dealing with PCOS, you're dealing with being overweight, you're dealing with being a female in general, being middle-aged, infertility issues, all that kind of relates to each other. If you love colorful makeup, but also wearable makeup. I talk about glasses a lot because I have quite a collection of glasses. These are from Zenni. These are some that I got, I think, in my first Zenni order. And they're just really cute. They're my cute go-tos. I like to wear these when I have something that's more colorful on my eyes or more like bold or dramatic, because they're clear and so they don't really take away from the eye look, I think. Anyway. But yeah, if you like those things, and perfume. I like perfume. So this is a perfume. I haven't actually bought perfume. So I had a very large perfume collection. And then I brought a lot of that to Haiti when I moved to Haiti. And I'm added slowly to it as I was able to, but I didn't really have money, and shipping things to Haiti is really challenging. So I just wasn't able to do much of adding to it. When I had to leave Haiti, I had to leave most of my perfumes behind. So I brought basically what I could carry, but most of those are still down there. I don't know if they're still where I left them or if they have been kind of taken care of by other people, which, such is life. You don't hold on to things too dearly because such is life. Anyways, I haven't really bought perfume since I've gotten back to the US because I have so much, even with what I lost down there, I have so much that it will really last me a lifetime. But I went into Sephora a few months ago and I smelled this one and I went, ooh, I really like that. I had never gotten anything from Kilian before, but the ones I had smelled, I really didn't like. They were just so overdone. And I didn't feel like they were sophisticated and well mixed. I like strong perfumes. I like perfumes that are very thick and heavy. I love the zoologist line. So if that gives you an idea, I love them. I love civet. I love moth. I love those really heavy ones that some people struggle with. So it's not that I just like, light perfumes. I like heavy perfumes. But I just didn't like Kilian because I don't like a lot of gourmand, really super sweet stuff. No, I'm not giving you my mobile number. Every time I do a live stream, I have somebody asking for my information to hook up. I am married. I'm very happily married. I am not here to talk to men, to have a romantic encounter. That's not why I'm here. If that's your reason for being here, bye-bye. See you later. Okay, now back to life and perfume. So anyway, I saw this there and I was like, I want this. Anyway, I told my niece to tell my husband that this is what he should get me for Christmas. She didn't. She actually bought it herself. So that was really sweet of her. But, you know, it's weird because it was supposed to be romantic. She was supposed to tell my husband to do this so that it would be romantic. And then it came from her and it was less romantic. Whatever. Anyway, this is Kilian. So this is the first Kilian and probably the last Kilian I'll ever own, but I really enjoyed this when I smelled it. And I still really enjoy it. The name of this is Kissing Burns 6.4 calories a minute. Wanna work out? That is the name. You may have seen this. If you know perfume, you might already know that name. Sorry, it's coming up as backwards in some, I think, right? Yeah. But hopefully you can read backwards. That's what it is. And because I have so many perfumes, really the travel size are all you need. You don't need a big one. This will last me a long time. So I got it in December and it's to here. I've used it 3 or 4 times. So this is kind of a special occasion perfume. This is very interesting. It is very sweet. It definitely does have the gourmand sort of bed, but it's also very florally. And to me, it's very spring kind of. And it was interesting because when I smelled the tester, this happens a lot. And if you may encounter this if you like perfume, if you test perfume, you'll smell the tester and the tester will smell really rich and full. And then you get the bottle and you say, this is not the same thing. This is much weaker. It's not weaker. It's that the tester has been out and it's been opened and it's exposed to a little bit of oxygen and sun and light and things like that. And that actually helps it to thicken, kind of, not literally, but just get a little bit more thick in the way that it smells. And those scents kind of come together with time. So after, it's kind of like when you get a mascara and you open the mascara and it's really thin, but after you use it for a couple of times and it starts to get to its real formula, this is the same sort of thing. So if you get a perfume that does not smell the same as when you smell the tester, do not be alarmed. Just give it a little bit of time. You may even need to set it aside for a few months, but it will probably smell the same next time. So when I first got this, I was like, it was very alcoholic, alcohol-y smell. And then now it smells very much like the tester that I smelled. So that's about all I've got right now. Yeah, we talked about a bunch of stuff. I just enjoy doing this because I think it's a way for me to kind of unload and share my experiences with you, and also for me to just kind of document what's going on in my life. And like I said, hopefully, other than the guys asking for my phone number and wanting to hook up, I'm going to just put that as a disclaimer. I am happily married. Do not hit on me. I'm not interested in romance with anyone other than my husband. We're good. But if you came to talk about perfume or makeup or being fat, I got your back, man. I got your back. Anyway, that's where we're at. So I'll try to, I think this seems like a better time as far as catching people. So I think if I do this a few times, people might come in and join us, and then we'll have more and more. And so if you are watching this after the live stream, please subscribe if you're on YouTube. Please follow me if you're on Instagram, and then share. That's going to make a big difference. Also comment. If you comment, that really helps the algorithm to build up. I'd like to have some more people follow me so that I can feel like I'm not just talking to myself, and, you know, again, build a little community. I think there's a place for this. That's the reason that I started this. Well, actually, the reason I started this is kind of a long story. It had to do with my university students in Haiti and showing them how social media was so powerful. So I started my own channels and my own IG and whatnot. And then I just continued with it. But I think there is a place for people like me to be on here talking and sharing my experiences, because we need people like me, because I am an ordinary person with a whole lot of flaws and a lot of crazy ideas and life experience that it's helpful to have real come out. So I am real. And so hopefully that will kind of counter all the fake that is out there in the world of the IG and social media in general, and the world, just the world, on television and everything else that you get. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, share, follow. Did we get everything there? I think we did. And then join me next time. So I will try to do this next Wednesday, same time, same place. See you then. Bye.